The Turkish government's concerns about the YPG Kurds are legitimate in my eyes. They were partners to the United States in fighting ISIS, but they have a long record that makes Turkey very nervous. And we're going to try to deal with the legitimate concerns of the YPG presence in Syria that may threaten Turkey. So the bottom line here is that Turkey is an indispensable NATO partner. It's the only Muslim nation in NATO. They can do things in Turkey. They have leverage and abilities that no other NATO nation has. It is in our interest to get Syria in a better spot, to vanquish ISIS forever, to make sure that...
Well, Onur Erim is a political analyst and writer specializing in Turkish and U.S. politics. He joins us now live from Ankara. Hi, Onur. You know, based on what Lindsey Graham has said in the past, it really seemed Turkey had at least one powerful and sympathetic voice in the Senate that understood Turkey's concerns. Now Lindsey Graham is talking about a need to protect our Kurdish allies. Does he no longer see the YPG as a security threat to Turkey, or where does he actually stand?
It's hard to say. What is definite to say at this point is that changing of minds and changing of attitudes in D.C. seems to be contagious after Trump's presidency. We should not forget, I think Senator Graham may also be playing the role of maybe the voice of reason of Pentagon, if there is one, that Trump seems to be overlooking. In the first days of when this came out, I have said repeatedly that despite what Trump says, Pentagon will move out, if it will, at its own pace. And I think what we're seeing right now is Senator Graham just solidifying that fact, being the sort of the pseudo voice of Pentagon against Trump.
So is the issue here, I mean, when Trump says that he knows Turkey can take care of the situation, that Turkey can fight Daesh on the ground in Syria, and that U.S. troops really aren't needed, the Pentagon just refuses to see it that way? Is that the major divide here?
I think it is. I think it is. Now, when this news first broke out, let's not forget, Trump, let the world know we had to it. That included the Pentagon and the Secretary of Defense. And I think what Senator Graham is doing at this point is more of trying to find between the two institutions of the U.S., between the White House and the Pentagon. I don't think in reality or in depth Senator Graham's feelings have changed. That was more explicit with his Senate hearing with Ashton Kutcher back in the day. But he also has to, keep the concerns of Pentagon as being a voice of reason for them. So I think it will take some time to get this straightened out. But he's trying to make sure that both institutions of the U.S. government are intact one way or the other. Okay.
Ash Carter, I imagine you were talking about there when Lindsey Graham took him to task in that Senate hearing a while back. Yes. But yes, final question for you then. I mean, where does this change anything as far as Turkey's operation is concerned? I mean, do they have to reconsider now exactly what they're going to do in Syria now that the U.S. will take its time pulling out, and also considering the words of Lindsey Graham most recently, or do Turkey's operations remain the same?
I think it's going to remain the same. President Trump has made an executive decision when he declared to the world as to what will happen next with Daesh, Syria, Turkey's role and the U.S.'s role. It just may be taking a little bit more time than everybody expected. It may be played out in a period of 6 months to a year, or maybe a little bit longer. But in essence, what the Trump decided as an executive decision of what's going to go on in Syria will not change. It might just take a little bit more time than we suspected originally.
Okay.